Everybody good?
Yeah.
Good? All right. Well, Khalil, I mean, this was a huge win for you. I have to feel like you thought your back was a little bit up against the wall. I mean, was it important for you to get the win tonight?
Yeah, definitely important to get the win, which in a lot of my other fights wasn't really my main focus, you know? And so to be able to flip that switch and just focus on winning, it really worked for me tonight, and I got to prove it to myself.
It's funny because I remember talking in Australia, and you were like, hey, man, I'm just here to have a show and put it on. Did somebody pull you aside afterwards and say, like, dude, that's not the attitude to have?
Well, here's the thing. After the fight in Australia, you know, like, I took it okay. I wasn't upset or anything, but just going back and kind of reevaluating my training and reevaluating my mindset, I thought, you know, I could have beat that guy. I know I had everything it takes to beat that guy, and I just didn't have my head screwed in the right direction, you know. So, you know, when I landed, as soon as I landed, you know, I got a call that the UFC would offer me another fight, and I thought, what a perfect opportunity to just get straight and get focused. And so now, you know, I went to work, man. Every day was work. That's why I started looking at it. Like, I have this awesome opportunity. I have this awesome platform with a ton of great people, and I don't want this to go away yet. So I if you realize that I just had to go to work, man, and had to put in, you know, a lot of effort, and that's been the focus.
Very cool. I see an impressive, devastating finish there with the knee. Can you talk about, you know, kind of what you saw, and also the second knee, because it's hard for us to see on TV. Because on the replay you can see his knees on the ground, but a lot of people are saying maybe that second knee didn't even touch him in the head anyway.
You know what? To be honest, it was just a natural reaction. So in training, you know, every single day we've got guys trying to take me down. Like, that's just been the focus since I landed from Australia. It's like, all right, we know what everybody wants to do. You know, they're going to maybe strike with you for a little bit, but everybody's going to want to take you down. So I've had a million guys shoot takedowns on me, and so my body just naturally reacts to how it does now. And so when I did turn him, I wasn't even really looking at anything. I just saw a head next to my leg, and you just need it. So, you know, that's all I can talk you through. Just my body reacted. I saw a head, and I just.
Do you think the second one landed to the head? Because I think it would have been illegal if it did.
I'm not sure, man. I don't know. I'm in the moment. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to go and watch the fight, but I don't know where it landed. But I know actually the first one I do know it landed in the head, because like I kind of saw his eyes going out a little bit. So, yeah.
Because you mentioned this is work. Is that maybe the reason there was no celebration? You just had an amazing knockout.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. As soon as I get back home, I'm going straight to the gym. You know, this is work for me now, and I'll celebrate when I get a belt. You know, or when I get something, if I'm up against it, right? If I have a tough fight where where it requires everything inside of me to pull out a win, then okay, I have something to celebrate about. But to go and knock a guy out in the first round, that's not anything for me to celebrate at that moment. Maybe it may change, but tonight I just felt like I came here to get the job done, and that was it.
Where do you find that line between work and fun? I mean, it has to be fun, right?
It's fun. It's work. I mean, it's like, you know, I love what I do, but it's still work. If I don't come here and I don't fight, I don't get my bills paid. And it's, you know, I love it, but it's still work. You know, it's still the way that I survive. So, yeah.
Did you feel that pressure coming into this one? Like your back was up against the wall? Like if you didn't come through with the win, that this was going to be it for you?
I had a strong sense, you know. I had a strong feeling that, you know, that absolutely that would happen. But I have a strong vision, you know. I have a strong vision for more than just being a champion, but for the world. And so I realized that in order for me to get my vision across to the world, I've got to make something of myself first, you know. Like my coach was telling me today, you know, if I wanted to save the world and I had a sign on the side of the road, you know, people would be like, oh, who's this guy? But say if it were Cam Newton or somebody else, Shaquille O'Neal, everybody would stop. Shaq, what's going on? What do we need to do? So I'm in this to make my name known, and then to spread my vision and my hand. But at first, I got to show up. I got to fight. I got to get people to know who I am.
And you threw that second knee, and you kind of mentioned, you know, that you saw his eyes go back and you knew he was out. When you were throwing that second knee, did you kind of pull off a little bit because you knew he was out, or when exactly did you know it was out?
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of like I knew it was out when the ref pushed me away. You know what I mean? Because like I knew that the first one landed, and so like I just kind of saw his body, like, you know, kind of loosen up a little bit. And once the ref stopped it, I'm like, okay, it's over. But I didn't know if he was going to continue to shoot or whatever, you know, like I'm in survival mode, man. Like when you're in survival mode, you know, things just happen. So, Yeah.
It was such a quick fight. How did you tear your shorts?
He grabbed him.
Grabbed him.
Yeah. He grabbed him. I like those things too. I wanted to take him home, but.
I know you say you're focused, you know, don't plan on celebrating too much, but we got Super Bowl tomorrow. You know, how are you planning on spending the rest of the weekend?
I cannot wait to go home. I love the Houston people, but I feel so far away from my element that the day I landed, I'm like, I just want to go home. And so I've got family back at home. I'd rather watch the Super Bowl around a bunch of friends with some chips and pizza, you know, other than being the chaos of all the diehard fans, because I'm by no means a diehard fan. So I just would rather be around friends and family, man. So catching the first flight home, that's how I'm celebrating.
So after the Super Bowl, you're going to be up around 240, 250?
No, man. You know what? Because of this camp, I've been walking around like no heavier than 220, and I feel good. And I didn't even really like strict diet, you know, just making sure that I'm not, you know, going in the wrong direction. I'm a fighter. I'm here. I want to be a champion. I gotta act like one first, you know. So, yeah, I'm gonna stay around this shape. I like being in shape.
What do you plan on getting back in there? Oh, sorry.
I'm sure that, you know, we'll talk, but I want to get better. I want to keep training. I want to develop new tools. You know, I want to. I don't want to like jump the gun. Like, okay, I want to fight. I'm ready to go again. You know, this is my 6th fight in a year, including the Ultimate Fighter. And so, you know, I definitely want to learn some new stuff. You know, like I want to get good on the ground. I want to, you know, I want to be this guy. I want to be unstoppable. And so I want to train and I want to learn these things. I don't want to take time off. I just want to take time to train. So, you know, hopefully, you know, maybe the end of the summer or something like that would be cool. Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you, guys.